my beautiful family. You know what? When the year started in 2026, I've gone through a lot of transition, and the transitions that I can say is positive, not even negative, because they usually say all the lessons that you learn, remember, you have to make sure that the lessons are giving you positive, lessons. And I just want to tell my followers today, if you have ever gone through a season whereby you look at it and you're like, if I wouldn't have gone through that season, maybe I wouldn't have learned the lessons of maybe faith. I wouldn't have learned the lessons of being patient, persistent, like I didn't know if this, like somebody, the definition of you understanding someone in a season, Yes. So if you have reached in 2026, especially during this month, hey, congratulations, babes, clock it. Tutamaliza hii mwaka in Jesus' mighty name. Now, there is a video I did, but I don't know what really happened to that video during the downloading time, but I just had to pull it down because anyway, that one aside, this week there is something that happened to me, and I had to write something down concerning the lessons I've had. The power of your words. The power of your words. I know kuna wenye watapingana na mimi waseme the power of your words, mbona kwa nini nikisema nataka nikuwe millionaire, sikui millionaire instantly, lakini mtu akisema maisha yako haitaendelea, inakosa kuendelea. That kind of understanding is literally somebody who has gone to school, especially in the spiritual manner, to understand what I'm saying. Now listen to me. Unaona hiyo maneno unasema, there is some hidden power in it. Now, what if I told you that someone is still living with words you spoke years ago? Kuna mtu ulimwambia maneno years back. I prophesied to you and I told you, you know what? In the near future, this and this thing will have to happen to your life. And you're still living with those words. But imagine kuna mtu uliwahi mu insult. And imagine that person is still holding on to, this is what Chichi said. This is what Elizabeth spoke. This is what I had. And that is the question I'm asking you. What if I told you that someone is still living with words you spoke years ago? Think about that for a moment. I've thought about this for a moment. Not because you gave them money, not because you solved their problems, not because you changed their circumstances, but because of something you said. What did you say to someone? That this person is still living with the words you spoke. That is what we are talking about today. So Josie, I just discovered I had spoken to someone concerning their businesses. A friend just trusted me and told me, you know what, Eliza, biashara yangu inaenda chini sana. And I've prayed, I've done a lot of sacrifices, I've done a lot of this and that, but it's like the situation is not changing. And you spoke to me about something some years ago. And this thing, imagine it's happening, like my business is speaking during this period and everything you spoke about it is coming to pass. Mwingine atasema, hizo ni ma coincidence. It's okay. But imagine, huyu mtu amenitafuta 2 years ago, ananipata na ananiambia chenye uliniambia miaka fulani imekuja imeanza kuhappen. You think that one is a joke? I did not give this person money. I did not solve their problems, although I solved them through the words that I spoke. But there's something I said to this person, and this person is living with that. Now, ebu jiulize, how many times have you been speaking to someone? Did this thing that you spoke to them give them positive impact, or did it give them negative impact? Moto leo. Okay? So these people will carry whatever you've said, either with power, and this power is going to give them healing. Okay? So a few words of encouragement may have given some of these people that you speak to them confidence of them keeping keeping on, like they still go on because of that word of encouragement. Or even a few, sometimes even these few careless words may have become a wound they still carry today. How many people do you wound with your words that you speak? Okay, so the truth is words are never just words. Jua maneno ambayo unatoa kwa mdomo either inajenga ama inabomoa. So most of these words, they carry power to heal, or maybe to wound a soul, or even to break some of these people. So wakati una argue na mtu, jua ni nini inatoka kwa mdomo yako. I know sometimes huwa tuna argue na watu, alafu chenye kinatoka kwa midomo yetu, wewe unajua it is something that I had to speak to this person because this person deserves this kind of statements that I'm releasing. But huyo mtu ataishi na hiyo maneno milele na milele. Amina. So this is the reason why we must learn to speak with wisdom. Mimi hii wiki ndo nitoa hii video, kuna incident imefanyika na nikalearn sometimes it is good to speak with wisdom. If there is anything you have to utter, let it be a wisdom. Hata kama unagombanisha mtu, mugombanishe in wisdom way. Okay? Now, most people usually underestimate the lasting impact of their speech. Unatoa tu maneno, alafu unasahau ulimaliza ukisema nini. So even if you are recording yourself, sometimes unakaa chini unauliza, guy, did I even speak these things? This is very dangerous. So a conversation may last 5 minutes, okay? But the words that you have spoken can even ruin someone's heart for so many years. Okay? Now, you see, these many successful people, when you trace their confidence, you will see, ukisikia vitu zenye wamesema zenye wamepitia ndo wakakuwa very successful, unapata kuna mtu alisema hii, kuna mtu maybe aliona greatness in this person, kuna mtu alimwambia don't ever give up in life, kuna mtu aliwahi tu speak, tuliona baba yako na mama yako wakihangaika, damu ufuata mkondo, wewe sasa uko tofauti na wale wazazi wako. Kuna watu wanamemwambia hivyo. So you listen to their statements, you understand that kuna mtu aliwahi ambia mtu mwingine hivi na hivi na hivi, but everything changed. Why? Because there is a thing in this person that decided, you know what, I'm not moving with these words that people are saying. So when people struggle to trace the security back of their words, like, you know, umeshaambia mtu you are not good enough, you go back and say, guy, mbona nilisema hivyo? You will never make it in life, guy, mbona nilimwambia hivyo? You will always be failure. You know, the moment have passed, that nothing has happened to you. Unaangalia mtu anakuambia maneno and you're like, unakuja unaanza kustruggle, mbona nimeambia huyu mtu hivi? So badala ya kuambia mtu hivyo uanze kukuja kustruggle, kujiuliza, kujihukumu, it's okay for you to be speaking words of wisdom. So this is the reason why wisdom teaches us to think before we speak. Tumelelewa hivyo. Kabla make sure umefikiria. Okay? And not every thought deserves a voice. Kuna saa zingine hata ukisikia sauti nakwambia enda sema, relax. Okay? And not every emotion deserves an audience. Please. And not every frustrations deserves your expression. So if you can be able to remember how you make people feel, are you making people feel positive or negative, or unatoa watu kwa maisha yako juu ya maongezi unaongea, you need to figure it out in a manner that miaka inaenda, people may not remember your achievement, okay? They may not even remember your job title. Tumeelewa ya kwamba people will not even remember your social media platform, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Mimi hiyo kitu ninakwambia leo, after listening to me, people will not even remember, ulikuwa unaitwanga aje Facebook, Instagram, hapa YouTube. No. But nitakumbuka Elizabeth aliniambia kitu fulani. Sikumbukangi na kuanga na account gani TikTok, but nakumbuka chenye alisema. So kama mtu anaweza kumbuka chenye ulisema na asahau social media accounts zako, then you need to think before you speak. Okay? And there is something I also saw somewhere whereby when a person is already fighting silent battles, please don't make it like, don't criticize this person. These people need hope. And a person carrying disappointment does not need more judgment. Sijuangi kwa nini watu wanakuanga so judgmental when people are going through tough times. They need encouragement. It is so sad wakati wewe mtu anakuja anakuambia napitia jambo fulani, inakuwa ni kama topic ambayo inastahili kuwa inafanya nini? Ina trend. So a person trying to rebuild their life, they don't need you to be reminding them of their past. You only think before you speak. Don't remind this person about their past. Okay? They need someone who believes in their future. This person anataka mtu mwenye atamwambia maneno ya kumfuel up, maneno ya kumjenga. Okay? Not the one that becomes a chain. Unakaa kama mwenye unaenda kumfunga, unamfunga kabisa. So the choice is yours. Today, think before you speak. And as I'm saying, the choice is yours. Remember one thing. Mtu atasahau hizo vitu zote zenye umemfanyia, but hawezi sahau maongezi ambayo umemeka. So one of the greatest signs of maturity is not knowing what to say. It is not knowing when not to say anything at all. Because many relationships are damaged not because people lack love, but because they lack what? They lack restrained. Okay, they lacked restrained. In anger, words become like weapons. In pride, words become daggers. In impatient, words become distraction. Sometimes wisdom speaks. Sometimes wisdom remains silent. Before speaking, ask yourself, is it true vitu unaongea? Is it necessary? Is it helpful? Eh? Is it kind? Are these words kind? If the answer is no, keep silent. You know, that is how the wiser asks. Hivi vitu unasema ni vitu zinasaidia mtu, zinamjenga ama zinamharibia. So kama unaona hizi vitu zenye unaenda kusema ni vitu mbaya, there's no need of you being responsive on everything. So the word already has enough critics. Know that. Enough of negativity now. Enough people pointing out what's wrong. It's time for us to be, we need to speak life into others. Let me give you, imagine becoming the person who walks into a room and leaves people stronger than you find them. Unaona that joy. Umeingia mahali, umeambia watu vitu za kuwajenga. Unatoka hapo watu wanasema, we want that girl to come back. We want that man to come back and talk to us. So, give people hope instead of fear. Give people faith instead of doubt. Help them heal instead of hurting them. That is the time somebody told me something, and up to date I'll never forget that word. Ya kwamba yani mtu anakuangalia anakuambia miaka yako, watu wa miaka yako wanastahili kuwa wanafanya kitu fulani, lakini wewe uko tu hapa umekaa na fulani, badala uende huko ujisaidie. So unashanga mtu anakuambiaje, this is the moment you are breaking, literally you need somebody to hold you. But mtu anajaribu kukuambia ya kwamba miaka yako hairuhusu wewe kukaa kwa nyumba za wenyewe. Like, people need to speak wiser things towards others, okay? So every day when you give someone opportunity, every day when you are given an opportunity to speak, please, in your response, whether ni watoto wako, whether ni warafiki zako, whether ni colleagues, whether hata ni strangers, never underestimate simple words of encouragement to give to every person. So today I want to leave you with this challenge. Think about the people around you. Who needs encouragement? Who needs hope? Who needs to hear what they matter? And I don't want you to wait. I want you to send a text to someone. Make a call. Msalamie tu. Speak words of wisdom. Give them nguvu za kusimama tena, because you never know what people are battling, what someone is fighting silently, and you never know when your words might be exactly what they need to be doing to someone's life. And I want you to remember, words carry the power to heal a wounded soul or break a strong one. And all the time, remember, speak them with wisdom. Now, I don't want to keep you so much, but hii na imekuja handi because hakuna kitu mbaya kama kuongea vitu zenye hazina maana kwa watu. Kuna mahali nilienda conference, and the speaker of the day alikuwa anaongea sijui namna gani. Wengine wenyu hamna mbele wala nyuma na mko hapa mnaringa. So you are like, okay, maybe anaelekea direction nzuri. Lakini sasa mtu Mtu akikwambia kitu unaona ni kama inakuuma. But of course itaniuma if you're not speaking with wisdom. If you're not a wise man, you need to speak with wisdom so that nisione ni kama inaniuma rather than nione ni kama ina make sense. I just stood up and walked away because I was not I will not even hata singeendelea kukaa pale. Okay, so I want to tell you this. If this message has spoken to you today, make sure you like the video. And some of you mnakuja tu mna watch videos zangu, you don't even subscribe on my channel. You don't even share it with someone who needs encouragement today. Now, I just want to say, until next time, choose your words carefully and use them to build and not to break. Sawa sawa. Bye bye guys. Remember, words are supposed to be words of wisdom. Words should be words should give somebody a motivation. Words should shift someone's mind. Words should speak life. Words should be a matter of joy. Okay? Words should give someone a positive mindset. Words should be a life lesson to someone. Just think about it, okay? Because most of us still remember words spoken years ago. Are they positive? Are they building you? Until next time, bye.